Let me get this mic. Let me get the mic over closer to you.
Chris Adams.
I mean, just all okay. I'm sorry, sir.
Chris Adams.
Chris, tell me a little bit about your daughter and what do you think about the verdict today?
Cole's a sweet kid that cared about everyone. She really did. The verdict, I'm happy with the verdict because I hope it'll save a few lives, maybe make people think. But it's just an awful tragedy for everybody, you know.
Kind of rough the past year.
Yeah, rough. Doesn't even get to describe it, sir.
You think the jury may have sent a message to Montgomery County to these drunk drivers? Stop it.
I hope so. I hope they listen. Thank you.
Hey, first of all, your name?
Fred Saunders.
Fred, tell me a little bit about Travis.
Oh, there's not a little to tell. Travis, awesome kid. Just a wonderful, kind soul, wonderful human being. Just loved everybody. Didn't give a hoot what you looked like, how you talked, how you dressed. If you had a good heart, he spotted it real quick because he had that heart. Just wonderful, sweetest kid.
What about, how's this last year been?
Rough, to say the least. Started a healing process, and then now it's been all brought out again. But it's you know, you start healing, and then you know you get times when you know when I just break down crying for no reason. I wake up. Some mornings I wake up and it's a Travis day, and all I want to do is just bawl all day long. It's difficult is an understatement.
What do you think about the verdict of the jury? I could send a message to these people in Montgomery County to
I hope so. I hope it did. I hope it sent a message. I hope that, I think it did. You know what, you don't, you know, you got your first offense, first felony, you know, oh, well, I can get off of probation. Well, not here. No, Montgomery County. I'm proud of the people's decision. I'm proud of the work that the DAs did and everybody else involved.
Tell me a little bit about the DAs and also the DPS troopers on this case.
Well, Warren and Andrew, besides being the most professional prosecutors or just attorneys in general that I've ever seen, these guys were compassionate to a T, to a fault. Many times they shook our hands, hugged our necks, and that's everybody involved, any of the victims. And not only were they compassionate, they were also determined. They were determined to get a conviction. They did what they set out to do. As far as the troopers and all the other law enforcement involved, amazing. They exemplify what it means to be a public servant.
What about the judge in this case stacking the sentence?
Judge stacked this sentence because he wanted to send a message. This judge was fair and impartial, but he was also righteous in his decision. Did a fantastic job. Fantastic job.
Appreciate it.
I don't, you know, I'm personally
Travis is a very loyal and sweet, genuine person. He's very tolerant. He had passed no judgment on anyone that he met. He just had love for everyone. He was just a bright light in all of our lives, including his friends.
Found out about it. DPS troopers told you all about it. What's it been like the past year now, having to basically go through all that with funeral and all, and then relive it again in the courtroom?
It was just hard. I mean, you can't emotionally prepare for it. You don't know what can happen. In the courtroom, we found out even more than we even thought we would. There were a lot of details we didn't like to hear, a lot of details about his friends, emotions of David Porras, and it just really affected us more than we could have imagined beforehand.
But you all got pretty close to the victims right now.
Oh yes, we got very, very close. We're all there to support each other. We all plan on keeping in touch and you know, when Dave has us to leave, we all plan on being there in support of him.
What do you think about Warren and Andrew and DPS troopers? Tell me, kind of give me a rundown of the past year of the interaction with them.
They have just been overwhelmingly supportive. They've been dedicated. The first responders, their investigations, they were just so thorough. They didn't miss one thing. They tried with all of their ability to make sure that every area was covered. Warren and Andrew both were just so supportive. Every time we met with them in the office, they kept us up to date, answered all of our emails, and hoped and put all of their faith that she would get what she deserved. I think we think she did.
Think about her reaction to this whole thing. Even during, I mean, before you heard about her laughing, but even her demeanor in the courtroom the past 5 minutes.
I expected it because of the past year. I mean, from what I've seen and what I've heard, I expected it, but you know, to see it up close and personal, it was kind of like stuck, you know, the knife in the wound a little harder, because it just seemed like anytime she did try to show remorse, it wasn't genuine. And, you know, I can only imagine being in that position. I feel like it would be hard to not have a breakdown, and she didn't really have
Testimony in the stand when she finally took the stand.
Oh, I think I saw right through it. I don't think any of it was genuine whatsoever.
In her guilty verdict? Or guilty plea, rather?
That was because she knew she would be going to jail, so she was owning up to it. I mean, it was to prove that she wasn't drugged, and after that, she had to fess up.
What about after the sentence? I mean, her reaction to the sentence and everything.
You know, at that point, I wasn't looking at her. I was just, you know, going to my family and David Porras and his family, and we were just very happy with the outcome. So I didn't really even look at her. I just heard her quiet. I don't think she even shed a tear, or maybe she was in shock. I don't know.
assigned juror. We'll knock on the door when we reach the verdict. Randall Williams is going to go with one of my bailiffs, okay? You're going to wait my foyer. We're in recess.
I'll rise.